Mr. Fillon called the investigation a political assassination against him. President Francois Hollande criticized his words and accused him of attacking France's judicial system. And this concludes your lunchtime news update, brought to you compliments Fresh Vitamins. I'm Linda Martin. Do join us again at 4 for the Prime Evening News Update. Good afternoon.
Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Decider Way. Fresh Vitamins has 2 convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseau, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
Super special. Get to know dental from Sapolio toothpaste and mouthwash promotion. Selected dental toothpaste at $1.95, $2.95, and $3.50. Or mouthwash as low as $2.95 for a limited time only. Buy one size, get one of the same size free. Yes, you heard right. It is a buy one, get one free promotion. Visit Esau Trading Limited today and save.
Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95. Every day, Monday to Friday, exploring the sights, sounds, happening talk on the blocks, healthy lifestyles, and culture of Dominica. Enjoy daily giveaways of valuable products and services from leading businesses on the Nature Island of the Caribbean. Stay locked and immerse yourself in the breathtaking views from above the undulating hills and valleys, and in the magnificent marine adventures beneath our Caribbean Sea. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951. Every day, Monday to Friday, on Live 95. Only on the big station. Only on Q95.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Talk on the Block. Those of you who missed it on Friday afternoon, you have a chance to listen right now and give your comments. You heard the Prime Minister expressing regret over some diplomatic appointments, revealing government's new policy. Among other issues, the Prime Minister also urged Dominicans to stop and reflect during the Lenten season. I know you were too busy on Friday afternoon to listen. I wondered why he chose that time. But after all, that was his decision and not mine. But let's listen to the Prime Minister when he spoke Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock Eastern Caribbean time.
Fellow Dominicans living at home and abroad, residents, visitors, friends, and well-wishers. I wish first to thank and applaud all concerned for the seamless way in which the country regrouped and resettled following the failed attempt to destabilize this country on 7 February 2017. We commend the Chief of Police and his officers for the tremendous restraint shown and for their decisive action in bringing the situation under control. Thankfully, the riotous behavior left no one dead. It resulted, however, in millions of dollars in damage to private property and an eternal stain on the image of Dominica as a peaceful people, respectful of democracy and due process. Scenes of that unfortunate evening shall remain etched in our minds for months and years to come. I am happy, however, that at least normalcy has returned to our way of life. The commercial sector is trying, as best it can, to rebound from the unfortunate incidents of looting, burning, and other forms of vandalism instigated by irresponsible politicians. Investigations and assessments are still underway, but as I said previously, the government will do all it in its power to assist the victims of such thoughtless acts of vandalism. Of course, while the Dominica Police Force is continuing its investigations, I am happy that, for the most part, the vast majority of Dominicans have stepped aside and allowed the police to do their work. It is unfortunate that those who encouraged this breakdown of law and order, who hatched this plot, and who precipitated the riotous behavior that we witnessed on 7th of February, are also the ones who repeatedly incite and invite persons to police headquarters every time someone is brought in for questioning about that incident. Clearly, from this, all Dominicans can see that there is no remorse and no regret for the damage that this reckless behavior caused to property, to the normal conduct of business, and to the image of Dominica in the region and around the world. Of course, we all witnessed to the anecdotal visit by the leader of the opposition when he sought to gate crash the CARICOM heads of government meeting in Guyana. It did not escape the regional media that the authorities at the Ogle Airport in Guyana were inconvenienced and embarrassed in the provision of an appropriate means of transportation to the Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies as a result of his car being commandeered by the leader of the opposition of Dominica. These happenings, though somewhat comical, I must say, are nonetheless hurtful to the image of Dominica as a serious, politically mature country. All Dominicans would have been extremely embarrassed by the behavior of the opposition leader and the fact that other leaders of government in the region did not find the unwelcome, irresponsible, and undignified visit of a Dominica opposition delegation amusing. Notwithstanding the opposition antics, we shall continue to forge ahead with our social and economic development plans for Dominica and Dominicans. I am both relieved and happy to report to you this evening that, notwithstanding the best efforts of the conspirators, both at home and abroad, government revenues have kept a pace of projections. Thankfully, we continue to be blessed, and there is no evidence that the concerted and orchestrated campaign against the Citizenship by Investment program and this government is gaining any traction or having any adverse impact on the country's finances. Our program, we contend, is among the better regulated and most respected in the region and indeed the global industry. It is our intention and determination to continue to monitor and, where necessary, improve the Citizenship by Investment program to ensure that it maintains that billing irrespective of the petty politics played out by its detractors in the country and outside. Now, ladies and gentlemen, throughout this period of heightened focus on Dominica's CBIP, the issue of diplomatic appointments has arisen. I consider it appropriate and timely at this moment to address this matter once more. I have already acknowledged my regret at the unfortunate turn of events with respect to a few persons holding diplomatic passports becoming persons of interest to foreign countries and external security organizations. As I have pointed out before, in every instance that we have discovered that someone in the service of the government of Dominica has run afoul of the law or indeed been suspected of so doing, we were proactive in suspending or terminating the relationship. However, we do recognize that such incidents have highlighted the need for improvement in the way we conduct business, and this is a matter of concern which is receiving the urgent, focused attention of the government of Dominica. Fellow citizens, friends, and well-wishers, the reality is that small islands such as Dominica are not in a position to finance a permanent presence in all crucial and important centers of the world. Already, we are hard-pressed to meet commitments to existing embassies, consulates, and multilateral agencies in Europe, North America, and elsewhere, where we have state-supported representation. The vast majority of diplomatic appointments have represented this country admirably. They have in large part caused Dominica to be a major voice and a major player on issues and in fora where we were not even known or heard of 20 years ago. So we do need to maintain a strong diplomatic presence in emerging markets, and we will continue to rely heavily on the generosity of genuine, law-abiding citizens of the world who love Dominica and have a keen interest in its continued advancement and development. The facts are, and I repeat here for emphasis, that the individuals who are now suspected of wrongdoing, or who were or are persons of interest, were at the time of appointment based on information available to us, highly respected individuals with unblemished records of achievement and success. There is no way of one knowing today how anyone appointed tomorrow will fare in the eyes of the world next month, far less next year. For instance, an elected member of our parliament has been issued with and holds a diplomatic passport and was arrested.
This is the part that I won't be able to play for you, okay? Because it is it may get Mr. Skerritt in some problems, so I chose to skip that part, okay? And may deal with this tomorrow when the MP for the Roseau South sit will come and talk to me, okay? All right, so let's move on from that part.
However, the government believes there are a few measures that can be put in place immediately to tighten safeguards and to address concerns of citizens and other stakeholders. We have decided, therefore, that an interim policy will be introduced. This will be gazetted next week and be available on the government website for review by all. Among other things, this interim policy will speak to the following. Effective immediately, all non-nationals under consideration for diplomatic and consular appointments will be subjected to the same due diligence requirements as persons applying for citizenship under the Citizenship by Investment program of Dominica. So henceforth, not only would a prospective appointee have to meet and satisfy the requirements of the government of Dominica, but that person would also have to be cleared by an internationally rated and recognized global security agency that would carry out the necessary due diligence exercise. This will include ensuring that they do not have any criminal record, are of good reputation, and proven competence, and possess the requisite skills necessary to function in the designated role. Where applicable, there must also be declarations on source of funds and disclosure of business activities of the proposed appointee. It should be noted that all future consular and diplomatic appointments shall be for a period of no more than 3 years at any one appointment. There will also be more rigorous monitoring of all appointees to ensure that these persons are doing an effective job for our country, and more so, that they continue to be held in high regard by the peers and in the country in which they're representing our interests. Fellow Dominicans, ladies and gentlemen, it is my fervent wish that we use the approaching Lenten season to stop and reflect on what's right and appropriate in the sight of God and man, with respect to the manner in which we go about packaging and promoting our country. A house that is divided will not stand. Yes, the partisan political temperature in Dominica is always high. There will never be consensus on all issues, but we do not have to resort to slash and burn methods to stress and get our points across. I have said before, and I shall repeat here again, that misuse of social media can make or break small islands such as Dominica. It is shameful to hear and read of some of the things said by Dominicans about Dominica and other Dominicans. While all citizens are free to express their views and associate with the party of their choosing, it must at all times be remembered that at the end of the day, it is Dominica that is left with a black eye. It is a worsening image and reputation of Dominica that we will have to deal with if and when the electorate considers it appropriate to hand the reins of office to the party and its leaders. Therefore, I wish to reiterate that the start of the Lenten season in a few days' time is an appropriate time for Dominicans, at home and abroad, to recommit to the cause of promoting and upholding all that is positive and exemplary about our country. These unjustified, ill-informed, and harmful rants on social media need to stop. They achieve nothing other than portraying Dominica in a negative light in the eyes of the world. The events of February 7th, though still fresh in our minds, should serve to remind us of the need to conduct ourselves in a manner that would redound to the glory and benefit of our beloved Dominica. This week is a countdown to the high point of our carnival celebrations, and I would hope that we can all, as of today, set partisan politics aside and continue to making this year's carnival one of the best ever. I am inspired by the number of visitors and retail nationals flying and sailing in for the carnival. I urge our citizens and residents, let us all act in a responsible manner so as to create an atmosphere of fun, peace, and relaxation as we enjoy the most original carnival in the Caribbean. May God grant us a safe and incident-free carnival, and may He continue to guide and protect our beautiful country, Dominica. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Of course, you just noticed that I skipped over the part where he spoke and broke the law there as it relates to the Child Sexual Offences Act. But we'll deal with that tomorrow when I bring to the studio, I've invited to the studio Mr. Joshua Francis, will deal specifically with that part. But for now, the radio station could have gotten itself in trouble for repeating that part of the message. So I chose to skip that part, okay? It's 1:22 in the afternoon. Hello.
Mr. Melvin, blessings to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I never knew you had the Calistonian there queued up. I'm not calling anybody name, man. I Calistonian, and it's not even scary to be talking about them, so do not think. Matt, you there with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
I I mean, I was a judge in the.
I don't know just what went on. You might have to call back. Blessings. Hello?
Good afternoon, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Matt, I have 2 points. Matt, first of all, the pieces of glass that got broken around town, is that costing millions of dollars, Matt? You know, I mean, Matt, the other thing is, if the people that the government is selecting, or, you know, that have Dominica at heart, okay, if these people have Dominica at heart, why are they buying a diplomatic passport to represent Dominica? Why? I mean, Matt, that doesn't make any sense, and I'm just hoping that this guy would, the Prime Minister would...
Well, with the diplomatic passport, just to answer your question, though, with the diplomatic passport, you have some advantages, especially with travel. So I guess they're using the diplomatic passport, you know, to allow and benefit from these advantages. Okay? So you treat it in a special way when you have a diplomatic passport. Hello? Yes.
Mr. Skerrit spoke about the failed attempts of the coup. Anybody fail is the police fail. Because if they get information, valuable information, that there were going to be a coup, all they had to do is to set up their policemen inside the financial place and then let everything carry on as usual. And then when they storm in, according to Mr. Skerrit, then they grab them all. Why didn't they do that? And again, Matt, how, after all the policemen, snipers and everything throughout the day, why is it the night 40 children caused so much damage? Where were the police? Mr. Skerrit, ask yourself some questions before you come back with your nonsense.
Talk to me. Hello, it's 1:25. You know, people are now getting the chance to assess and analyze and comment on the Prime Minister's address on Friday. Hello.
Yes, Matt.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
You know, Matt, it's Teacher Popin who say, if you tell a lie, you will go to hell as soon as you die. You listening to the Prime Minister is talking about the diplomats that they give passport, diplomatic passport, was good citizens, people with clear, good record before they had the passport. But, Matt, is it coincident that at least 8 of those diplomats that have Dominican diplomatic passport get themselves in the hands of the law? Is it coincident? I don't believe so. And Matt, if you remember, we had that case of M.G. Lapsing, a.k.a. Mr. Wu, that Angelo Allen was telling us on the late night show for how many years? And Mr. Skerrit never find out that if what they were saying was true so that he could take back or revoke the diplomatic passport. But, Matt, you know, when you lie, you have to use another lie to cover it, and that will not set you free. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Of course, I told you just a few minutes ago, so I left out a particular part in that address when he spoke to the Sexual Offences Act of 1998 of the Commonwealth of Dominica. You heard Mr. Joshua commenting, of course, via news release on DNO, and of course he made a complaint also to the police. Mr. Skerrit, you know, basically broke the law, the Sexual Offences Act of 1998 of the Commonwealth of Dominica. But we'll hear more from Mr. Joshua Francis tomorrow. Hello, talk to me. And I did tell you that he made a formal complaint against the Honorable Prime Minister. And that was on Saturday afternoon, I think. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Yes.
Let us try to apply some common sense to some of the stuff Mr. Skerrit is trying to shovel down our throat. If it is so important, this diplomatic passport, and to be a representative of the country, a diplomat, you don't do due diligence on that person, yet you're doing due diligence on an ordinary person who wants to become a citizen by investment. You do diligence on them, but not on the someone in a diplomatic position that you're choosing who you don't know, doesn't live in the country, and you're claiming he's a good, honest citizen. How do you know that? You did not do the due diligence. Do the due diligence and stick with it. Don't speculate and shove us. How does he know Monfort's character? How did he know? Only due diligence would have revealed that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too. It's 1:28 in the afternoon. Talk to me on the overseas line.
Hello, good afternoon, lover boy. How are you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good. Matt, I don't listen to Christopher Columbus. I just don't listen to him. I don't want to hear his speech. I don't want to listen to him. He's just a liar. And he like money. Money he like. Money. Money is the root of all evil. And he's just behind money.
All right, I just want to make a note as well, too, and that was noted in the press release of the Prime Minister on Friday. Section 2 of the Sexual Offences Act of the Commonwealth of Dominica. A person, and this time, this would be the Prime Minister, who publishes or broadcasts any matter in contravention of subsection 1 is guilty of an offense and liable on conviction to a fine of $50,000 and to imprisonment for 3 years. So what was the Prime Minister doing in addressing this specific matter in that broadcast? You know what can possibly happen now that he has mentioned and broadcast this issue? A lot can happen. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon to you and the listening public.
Yes.
Matt, I think if the Honorable Prime Minister write his own speech, he will cause himself less embarrassment in the country. What we are shameful of is the abundance of lies, deceitfulness, and the untruth. He talks all the time. All the time he makes himself a fool out of everything. Why is he doing that to himself and to the country? That is what that will write down in our history books as the first and only Prime Minister of this country that have dragged us into the gutters, my God, for heaven's sake. Thank you.
In other news, NBD has dropped their interest rate on vehicle loans to 7.5%.
Babe, turn up the volume on the radio.
The bank encourages customers to take advantage of this opportunity to get full financing on a vehicle with this low rate from now until May 15.
Did you hear that? 7.5% interest rate and full financing?
What's more, 3 lucky customers will get their vehicle license paid for up to 3 years. Visit a branch, call 255-2300 or go to nbdominica.com for more information and other terms and conditions.
Hun, I'm off to NBD.
Babe, wait for me.
Apply for your vehicle loan today. NBD, your partner, your bank.
More megabytes, better prices. Choose how you move on the go with Digicel's new best data value plans starting from $2.50. Digicel has expanded your prepaid data options with the addition of 3 7-day data plans of up to 1 gigabyte, 3 30-day plans of up to 3 gigabytes, plus a 1-day and 14-day data plan. Activate today by dialing *140# and enjoy data plans at the best value. Digicel, be extraordinary.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone.
Hello, good afternoon, Matt.
How you doing, my brother?
Matt, I'm doing good. Matt, I listened to the recording of the Prime Minister, and if he was not the Prime Minister of Dominica, I would refer to him as a kunumunu. You cannot allow somebody to write a speech for you. You sit down and you read it once or twice, and you come and you're mumbling and contradicting yourself. Right through the speech. And then he comes and he talks foolishness about we enter in the Lenten season. He's not going to set the agenda of the United Workers' Party. That is why we're going to have a public meeting in Salisbury tomorrow evening. The battle continues, Matt. The information we have to give to the people has to continue. It was one of his allies, his acolytes, that told us that the bishop is in his pocket. Is the boy. If you open Roosevelt Skerrit pockets today, I know you'll find money. But the amount of religious leaders and crooked ambassadors Mr. have in his pocket is amazing, you know, Matt. Who is Mr. Skerrit to tell us about Lenten season and people must come together? This speech is talking about coming together, but it is also talking about division. Look today, Lennox Linden is in St. Kitts, sitting with prime ministers, discussing the way forward in respect to the economy. Last week you hear Skerrit talking his foolishness about Mr. Linden going to Guyana. If he used the appropriate, we would welcome him because the most important thing is bringing his message across. The Dominican people must look through Roosevelt Skerrit, have a master degree in deceiving and manipulating people, like how he manipulating the police department. I hope the police will be able to ask him some questions in respect to his utterances on Friday, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, talk to me.
Yeah, good afternoon, Matt.
Uh-huh.
The Prime Minister said what happened on February 7th was very disgraceful and it will go down in history. But I do believe the murderer, the thief, which was living at Mount Daniel, is more disgraceful to Dominica than what took place on February 7th. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Thank you and good afternoon to you as well. Of course, taking a phone call. We'll come back in a minute. Taking a break. Okay, we're back. Hello.
Matt, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to get the opportunity on your program this afternoon. Matt, I listened to the Prime Minister, and I just see a drowning man, a desperate man, a man who will do anything. You saw him in the carnival, banning some photo going around. Matt, this is a man that wants to divert attention in every way, man. It is the same Roosevelt Skerrit, Matt, that would never have time for a press conference. Matt, you see the number of press conferences you get in from since the news start breaking out, Matt. And you can expect a number of news press conferences to come still because Roosevelt Skerrit feel like he's cornered. And he will try anything to get away, Matt. And Matt, I hear you talking about break the law with reference to Roosevelt Skerrit. Is that what you said, Matt?
Yes, Section 38 of the Sexual Offences Act, yes.
But Matt, after all, if the Constitution cannot stop the man, can I seem to act stop the man? I mean, you just cannot stop Roosevelt Skerrit. The man tells Dominicans already, no law, no Constitution. He has no respect for neither the law nor the Constitution. He will do what he wants, Matt. But you know, if he, in his tone, he sends some mixed signal, Matt. Some areas within his speech, he talk about getting together, Lenten season, this and that. We cannot be divided. Like, what's to that effect?
Yes, for the Lenten season.
In another area, he attacking some parliamentarian and holding diplomatic passport.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't know what to read out of his speech, man.
But it has been proven though that this parliamentarian that he's referring to, I guess, does not have a diplomatic passport. So apparently, his writer or himself did not do the research.
But Matt, you know Roosevelt Skerrit always lies. As far as he's concerned, labor rights, anything that comes from Skerrit mouth is gospel. I told you that one of his members
one of his senior counsels, stood at a meeting and Alec make it clear the less intelligent people are in the majority. Why you worrying about the intelligent ones? In other words, the foolish ones are in majority. So don't say anything and they will listen to it, Matt. But you know what? If Roosevelt Skerrit is genuine about anything that he said, right? He should answer the questions. You've been falling in hot water with a number of your diplomats. The question was put to him. How many diplomats are there? What are their names? Where do they represent, Matt? You remember that, Matt?
Yes, in Parliament.
If you're so concerned about cleaning up your diplomatic list, if you really didn't say, expose the list, Matt. So Lennox Linton, Massim Cemetery, Thompson Fontaine, Matt Kelte, all the others will be able to do their research and come back and tell you, this one is a criminal, that one is a criminal, and we can have them weed it out. But clearly, Matt, Roosevelt Skerrit just playing games, playing on the mind of Dominicans, talking about they were not criminals then. Expose their names if you don't have anything to hide. It is clear that these people pay for their passports, Matt. They pay for their diplomatic passports, and Roosevelt Skerrit cannot take it back from them. He knows what is involved in, and he's too frightened to face it. But if he wants to come clean, I mean, Matt, when he's talking about due diligence wasn't done on diplomats, he must tell us how many Italians, his king, one of his kings in agent, Matt, one of his big agents, they were not asking for the monopoly. Tell us how many Italians he gives passport. We failed due diligence. They failed their due diligence, Matt. And they are holding passport today. And we know a number of them. We know their names. How many people have failed due diligence and holding bank license in this country, Matt? Roosevelt Skerrit must expose it. So for him to come here and try to pretend like he wants to come clean, too late for that. You put the country at serious risk. The country's in a dark hole, Matt. All Dominicans have to ask for now. If Labour rights want to make it easy, ask Roosevelt Skerrit to stand down, somebody else may take over. Or the entire party must go. Because the country, we cannot allow a man to bring our country down to the gut and continue to bring it down. I believe we must ask to see Roosevelt Skerrit expose everything you have done, expose your bank account, and let us scrutinize and analyze it, or get out, because you bring in the country down and down and down, Matt. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much. So you're not satisfied if he's saying, are you there still? He's gone. All right, let's take a phone call. Hello. Yes?
Yeah, Matt, we're not taking points and we're not taking notes in Dominica. Look at, for instance, Montford. That's a clear cut. That's Skerrit no years being a criminal. Let me tell you why. You recall Skerrit lawyer, Mr. Lawrence, has been registering retired or oil tankers in Dominica for years. Since 2009, somewhere there. That is illegal, according to United Nations Charter on embargoes. So, Skerrit now cannot come and say he never knew Montford was a criminal, because he was with him registering boats even before he cancelled his diplomatic passport in 2015, they said. You hear me?
You mean when the passport was cancelled? Before?
It was cancelled sometime last year.
Yeah, January.
Right. But the boats they were registering to carry oil for Iran, to China and other places, were registered as early as 2012 and this kind of time there. So all like 3-4 years, he already know this man was conspiring with him and his lawyer Lennox Lawrence to violate international laws. So that is one point in case that Skerrit should be arrested for now. And Dominicans need to take note of what's going on.
So when he says, caller, that he's kind of regretful over events pertaining to some people who were, appointed as diplomats. In other words, he's sorry.
No, he can't be sorry, but he knows he was violating. If he don't know, we have an ignorant prime minister, because he ought to know that he breaking United Nations Charter, which Dominica is a signatory too. Another law that they're breaking is that he hasn't said that he's not going to give his businessmen. No foreign businessman should be controlling a diplomatic passport of another country, especially if he's a businessman. That's another violation of the United Nations charters. And we have a lot of that. You have Montferred, you have Carollo, you have all these people are business people. So they're using their passport for their business expeditions. Right?
All right, caller. We have to move on and take another caller there. But, the Prime Minister said on Friday in the address, you just heard it, I have already acknowledged my regret. I'm really underlining that word there at the unfortunate turn of events with respect to a few persons holding diplomatic passports becoming persons of interest to foreign countries and external security organizations. I've listened to some journalists who said the Prime Minister should have known that these people, who have some interest to the international community. And it has also been suggested that even these due diligence, companies have signaled or given the government of Dominica a signal basically saying, watch this guy, but they've gone on and given passports. I just don't know what is going on. Hector Sparks John is joining me. Hector Sparks John, what do you make of the Prime Minister's address on Friday?
Matt, let us say good afternoon to Dominicans at home and abroad. I'm happy that we had a peaceful carnival. Matt, it says that the United Workers' Party have been doing its job from the onset. When Norris Charles, I saw him in Dominica, welcome back, Mr. Charles, asked a question in 2006. He asked a genuine question. He asked a question again in 2010, asked in 2012. But in every opportunity the Prime Minister got to be clean and come up with names, he left out some names. He never mentioned Rudolph King. He never mentioned Francisco Corralo. I think he mentioned him once. But all these names were involved already. Montferred became a citizen of Dominica in 2009. If you look at the Gazette, January 5th, 2017, they have Montferred listed on listed number 144 on the Gazette under 2009. That's why he has been a citizen since then. They started doing that and breaking.
You say 2009?
Yes. And Montferred started his business of embezzling the funds from the Iranians in 2010. So he was a citizen of Dominica. Right now, Montferred has been arrested by the Iranian authority, and he's a Dominican citizen, Matt. So you come from Montferred, but Matt, one of the biggest problems that we have, and the caller before me, before I came on, made that point, that they're businessmen. Leroy Paris, who of Clico, has Dominica's diplomatic passport. Dr. Bobby Jones of Bobby Jones Gospel on BET has a diplomatic passport. Matt, the Prime Minister said that he is there with regrets. He mentioned Joshua Francis. Joshua Francis doesn't have a diplomatic passport. But between my diplomatic passport that was issued to me in October of 2010 and the one that issued to me in January of 2016, 227 diplomatic passports were issued. Who are the holders of these diplomatic passports? You have about 31 members of parliament. One, Mr. Francis, don't take a diplomatic passport. Then you have members of the diplomatic corps. You have offices around the world, yes. So you might go up into about, let's say, 50, 60. So you have in excess of 180 diplomatic passport, 170 diplomatic passports around the world. Who are the holders of this diplomatic passport? Do you have senior counsels with diplomatic passport? Do you have cronies of the Dominican Labour Party with diplomatic passports? What are the portfolios? What offices do they hold for them to have Dominican diplomatic? These are the questions Lennox Linton asked.
And the questions have never been answered.
They have never been answered. But right now, the Prime Minister saying that is regretful. Right, no, Matt. And people have been asking these questions since 2004 with Susan Oldie. And right now, it's 2004, 13 years for it to be regretful. And that is why, Matt, we have that meeting in Salisbury tomorrow evening, United Workers' Party. Continue, we later for the carnival, let people enjoy the carnival. But we have to get back to business and put back the focus on Roosevelt Skerrit, why he must go. Skerrit has to go. In any institution, if you violated the laws or rules of the institution, you have to resign, or they'll send you on long leave to ensure that they do investigations. United Workers' Party, we are asking you to resign. We don't want to be leaders. There are 14 other elected members of parliament on the Dominican Labour Party side. And any one of them can be leader of the Labour Party. Any one of them can become prime minister because they have the majority. But in the interest of Dominica, in the interest of the country moving in the right direction, we have to start somewhere. And we have to, Roosevelt Skerrit has to demit office. And we will not relent, we will not retreat, we will not surrender. We will ensure that we bring back the focus. Beam, right back, Ash Wednesday, right back on Roosevelt Skerrit.
There are rumors that you might get arrested yourself.
Matt, I live on Salisbury Old Road on the intersection of Salisbury Old, the West Coast Old Road,
right,
and Dolphin Cove on the Grand Savannah. Everybody know where I live. I'm not in hiding. I'll make myself available if the police want to arrest me. I'm not hiding.
But you're not relenting on that call?
No, I am not going to lose focus. What we are doing as a party is on behalf of the people of Dominica. If we were not doing that on behalf of the people of Dominica, we might just pack our bags and go. Because, Matt, the opposition, they have got money that have been spent on us. For all the elections, 2005, 2009, 2014. And the United Workers' Party, we have always been close. 2 days after the election, we become the majority on the island. We lost the general election of 2014 by 623 votes. The 5 seats, we won 6, we lose the others, but 5 seats to make us the government, 11. We lose that by 623 votes. But $42 million of Monferred and CBI money was spent. And we still, as a party, because of our message, we were there. And the people that he imported about 4,000 people to vote. We had a bloated list of over 75,000 people, and our population is below 69,000. And that is why we are asking for electoral reform. And that's why, for us to move forward, electoral reform must play a very an integral role in the process. But Skerrit has to leave office.
Hello, talk to me on the telephone.
Hello, good day, Matt.
Yes.
Matt, good afternoon, Matt. I just want to thank you all for the opportunity to open up my mouth once again, Matt. Matt, sleeping dogs, Matt, don't take chances with them. And one thing I must say, the Prime Minister have all his right to say how much he regrets. It is well accepted by, I believe, the whole of Dominica. But he have actions he have to take. If you really regret those decisions, after so many years of warnings, callings, tellings from Q95, people who knew nothing much were actually saying a little. He has the resources available to him. He has the people available to him, Matt, to do his own due diligence. He could have asked further questions. He has the opportunity, Matt, and he played with it. In other words, he had the populace, some of the people in Dominica, to even call people names, Matt. And Matt, today you're coming there to say you regret. After almost 15 years, you regret, and you are human. He is human. And all he needs to do, he know what? I respect him as a person, but when it comes for leading Dominica, sir, I have no respect for you, sir, because you have not led Dominica or Dominicans to be a better people. You have caused more divide, you have caused people to suffer more in terms of poverty, and you have done a lot to Dominicans, sir. And we accept that you regret, but guess what? If you truly regret, sir, take the bold step, because there are a lot of things, sir, coming to you as a person in reference to your actions with Dominica and in control of Dominica, sir. A lot. And I just pray that Dominicans will have the heart to stand up and say thank you to you, but bye-bye. So you need to give Dominicans an opportunity to be part of Dominica's well-being. Right now, we're in the ears of this country. Thank you.
Thank you, too. And you mentioned earlier that Bobby Jones, Pastor Bobby Jones, was given a Dominica diplomatic passport. Do you know the reasons why he was?
I think they made him a ambassador at large. And he was part of the Dominican envoy to Beijing Olympics in 2008.
Okay.
If you go on his Facebook page, you will see where he mentioned that he's the exact position cannot come to mind right now, but he's a diplomat.
Do you know where the leader of the opposition is at this time as we speak?
United Workers Party.
Yes.
Mr. Lennox Linton is in St. Kitts right now at the ECCU conference. I think they're having right there on economy. I think one of the callers mentioned it. I don't know why the Prime Minister of Dominica is not there. I'm hearing that the Financial Secretary is there, Mrs. Rosamond Edwards.
Okay, we'll try to get in touch.
But he's in St. Kitts. The same together with OECS heads, some other OECS heads.
Okay, so the Prime Minister is not there.
No, the Prime Minister of Dominica is not.
Hello, talk to me. 154. We have just about 6 more minutes quickly.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, Mr. John.
Yes.
Why are you asking to people that how you call that to reflect because of
Lent? Yes.
Lent. But even in Carnival ban, I stood up by Shillingford Monday afternoon, Matt, and by my right side, that's my back, I was lay back at 12. So I happened to turn back to see who doing that is Carnival. I see a mother duck and a penguin shouting, lay back at 12. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Hello. Talk to me. Stop the personal comments here. Hello. Talk to me. We're going to the overseas call.
Yes. Good afternoon, Matt. Good afternoon,
yes.
John. You know what I have a problem with?
What?
I hear OECS have delegation specialists in Dominica at this time. Matt, do you remember how long on all kinds of issues we've been asking the CARICOM people to intervene? The latest thing, when the leader of the opposition went to Guyana and asked them, they said it was an internal matter. So what the hell are they doing in Dominica now? Tell them get the hell out of the country.
All right, thank you very much. I guess somebody might be hearing them to tell them, okay? Hello, talk to me.
Matt, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Honorable John and your listeners.
Yes, sir.
Matt, you are a highly generous guy,
What's that?
Because I really believe our radio station should not be playing no voice of the God of Dominica.
The station belongs to everybody, my brother. Everybody, the people of Dominica, okay? Let me just get that clear with you, okay? Thank you very much. Hello, 156. It belongs to everybody. All right, thank you.
Mr. Pelter, blessings to you.
Yes, sir.
I got disconnected, not your fault. Mr. Sparks, blessings to you, sir.
Blessings, my brother.
Yeah, quickly, I want to commend the incoming Prime Minister for that John Batchelor interaction. Matt, did you listen to Mr. Linton, Matt?
I played it.
My God, no, I'm being sarcastic here. Matt, but something quickly. Can we go to the prison? Can Roosevelt Skerrit make it mandatory or go to the parliament, go to cabinet, wherever, and ask all the prisoners up there to just say they're sorry, they regret, and let them loose? Matt, what about the consequences? In the court, guys said they're sorry, but they have to be punished, Matt. When you commit your crime, Matt, no matter how much you apologize, but guess what? The time is behind it. And for the brother to come there trying to deflect the attention of the people, I was saying something, Matt. That elephant is not disappearing because that's not just a national elephant or mammoth. So that brother needs to get his act together, come in and say this guy's an unblemished record. But the laws of coincidence is not consistent. Too many people ending up with questionable characters, ending up with our diplomatic passports. This guy, Matt, sorry for Matt Jack. Take care.
All right, we have just about 157. My friend in St. Kitts, I did not cut you off, okay? I mean, I was just trying to make a point clear to you, and you did not stay on the line, okay? My apologies. Hello, talk to me.
Matt, good afternoon to you and your guests and your listeners.
Yes.
It cannot be right for Skerrit to be selling passports to every crook and criminal, and after you sell a passport, you are doing due diligence. The people of Dominica should rise up and come out tomorrow morning in large numbers. We cannot sweep up under the carpet. Skerrit and his administration must go. The United States is on standby to come to our rescue. Patriots over here are on standby to stand up with us. And we sit down there joking with Mr. Skerrit. Rise up and rip out Mr. Skerrit and his administration.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's 1:58.
Yes, Matt. Good afternoon, and good afternoon to everybody listening. Matt, it's just absolutely no doubt. I mean, everybody's complaining. Everybody has an allegation. Everybody's talking about things like this. We do not know where the money. He admitted that he did not do due diligence for the diplomatic passports. Where is the money? So it's alleged that he get money for it. Where is that money? So there must be an inquiry, Matt. It's bottom line. There's no other ways about it, They can bring anything else. We want to know what was actually happening. And there must be an inquiry. To have an inquiry, he must step down. And everybody should stand up and let the minister know that he must be, as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have to resign. Step down. Let an independent body run the country. He and his cabinet, everybody must go. An independent body running the country, getting that independent inquiry done. And when the results come out, if Mr. Roosevelt Skerrit is not guilty, then he goes back into his government.
All right, caller, thank you very much. We have just about 60 seconds. I'm going to give it to Hector Sparks. John, tomorrow may be very hot. I suspect will be very hot. Joshua Francis will be in the house.
The MP for the Roseau South constituency. Matt, I just want to invite Dominicans to Salisbury tomorrow evening. The United Workers' Party will be having an educational meeting as we continue to educate Dominicans on the CBI and what's going on with diplomatic passports. We'll be in Seoul, we'll be live as well.